Hello, everyone. I'm the okayest, I have light now. Hello, everyone. I'm the okayest bassist, and this is the BASSics Volume 59. This is the live stream I try to do every week, geared towards beginners. It's things, typically lessons I wish I had known when I started. Sometimes we do a lesson about a song. Sometimes we do a life lesson of don't spend all your money on equipment, especially if it's not equipment you really want or need, stuff like that. Sometimes I have guests on who can help out with the instructions because a lot of people are way better than me. Just a statement of fact before any of my friends try to claim self-deprecation. It's just how that is. This week, well, last week, we talked about what anyone might want to see as far as me going to NAMM to do as far as like booths they want to see or anything like that. Ibanez did drop a release on what looks to be like a new jazz bass. A lot of people have already done reviews, so I definitely want to get a chance to take a look at that. However, also trying to get this to work. No one was available to join. Chris was able to join last week. No one was able to join this week. So I am simply trying to get everything cleared up, trying to get this to share an image I just saved. Hopefully one, hopefully it'll load. Two, oh goodness. Well, I'd like to be in there somewhere. This way? Sure, why not? Looks good. Okay, I'm tiny. So for those who aren't good at sight reading, I'm not, or those who can see what the notes are but don't know what they should sound like in their head, which is especially me, this was one that was requested. So we're going to do a breakdown. It's one that's super short, super simple, but really impactful. It's a thing that if you were in a music store in the bass section, I don't know, 15, 20 years ago, it was probably the song you heard as much as you might hear Seven Nation Army or Feel Good Inc. now. This is the bass solo, the line for the bass solo from Fleetwood Mac's The Chain. I didn't know anything about this for years after becoming a bassist until a lady at my church said, "Oh, you know that song that has the bass line?" And I was like, there are a lot of songs with bass lines. And then she tried to explain it to me, and then she said, "I just know it's by Fleetwood Mac." So I looked it up. I really liked it. In the earlier videos, this was, I think I used this as my intro song in my first videos. So I decided it had been requested. It's one I know how to play. And since I didn't get much on anyone being able to join for something today, because I was wanting to talk about some NAMM news and then see if there's anything else anyone else had heard. Sire has a new release. Ibanez has a new release. I already have those on my list of places to go. I have had two people, like booths, reach out to me. One was a ukulele group, Raven something or other, asked, they like direct message, asked if I'd be interested. And then Breedlove sent out a thing to, I guess, like all willing to receive message NAMM attendees. So that was interesting. Excuse me. They reached out inviting people to come to their booth. So I do plan to go there, see what they have. I'll go to Ibanez to look at those new things as well. But that's not what we're here talking about. We're talking about this thing right there. So let me turn on the transmitting receiver. So playing it, let me see if I can adjust this down. There we go. Adjust it down slightly. Rearrange the bass. So playing my Dingwall. Dingwall D-Rock, if you didn't notice. So it is set up on the screen set for a 4-string. So of course we're starting with the E. So it's the second string over. Shows first it starts with an open A. Then we play another quickly followed by a 2. Then quickly followed by a 3 that rings. Then we go back to a 2 and a 0 quickly. Also, just as quickly, a 3 on the E string. Back to an open A, the 2, and then a 0 on the open E, and then that one gets to ring. So slowly. It sounds simple, and once you get the hang of it, like anything, it is simple. The biggest thing on this line is it's a good exercise for changing strings and playing open. A lot of songs don't do that open string often, or at least that's what I find. I know a lot of players prefer to fret the notes as opposed to play it open. So again, one more time slowly. Okay, my wireless killed off. Cool, don't worry. Technical difficulties. We have a backup. Professional-ish YouTuber doesn't know how to charge his... That's 100% not true. I am not anywhere near a professional. Plug that in. Oh, boom. Hey, what do you know? It works. Okay, sorry about that. Back to this. So get the fretting in there. Should be able to see it now. It is multi-scale, so the frets do look angled because they are. So again, slowly. Go even slower. 0, 0, 2, 3, 2, 0. Cross over to the E3. Back to the A. And then the open E at the end. So I know I've done a lesson on how to read the music stuff before. The straight line down by itself at the beginning with a dot means that that is a dotted quarter note, so it's 3/8 long. Actually, wait a minute. No, that would be dotted half note. Yes, dotted half note. So it is 6/8 long, since most of the shortest interval here is an 8. So it's 6/8 long. So if you play that note and you're doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, which I hate and I don't do unless I'm consciously trying to do it. But again, if we do it slowly, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 is where we would hit it again. And then the 2, or sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We get to the next bar. That is a quarter note, so it's 2 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 is going to be that crossover 3. 5, 6, 7, 8. Back to the 2. And then the big open E. And then that one's a carryover, so it's a 2 full notes. So again, if you're counting it, that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the normal playing speed and then the guitar comes in at that point. This line is played 3 times during the song. It actually goes out and he gets a bass solo. So lucky for the bass people. I'm going to adjust that back up just a little bit. Looks good. Okay. So again, you would be, if you're counting it out, again, I have to consciously think to count it. But if you're doing 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, which is, I guess, the way people would say you're supposed to count, because it's not 8 time, it's 4/4 time. Still, you would. I just know how the song sounds, and then get the notes, play them in time. That's how I've always learned. I've never done the 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. I've never done that. Not to learn anything. I don't do it when I play. I only talk about it right now so that the people who do it, which if you do that, you're probably better than I am, and you don't need the lesson. But like I said, this song was requested. It's a really fun line, and again, it's a good exercise on. What was that? That was weird. It sounded like a giant fart. Anyway, it's a good training on interchanging strings. That point where it goes chromatically back up the in the middle 3 2 0. Then you have to do the 3rd fret on the E string, then back to an open. Also means you have to get used to not just changing strings, because we change strings all the time. If we were to have a G in a country fill where we're going G to D back and forth, that's us changing strings. But this one has us enter just notes back. It's not just a back and forth pattern, but you go from an open to fretting the one in front, which I like to have that A, and then use the same finger that I'm using to fret that G to kill the open. So you can hear I like to use the same finger to mute that string. I also try to mute it with my picking fingers as well. But again, if we play that a little slower than normal. And that open E is so powerful in the song, especially. I believe what I've been told anyway is that when he's playing on the bridge pickup. I mean, I guess I could do that on the Dean wall. I could switch it all the way back. I don't know. I like all the pickups engaged. So you can go with that. Haven't seen anything in the chat, so I don't have anything more to add. 15-minute countdown for basically a 15. Open E is very loud on my speakers. I'm sorry. I don't know why is it more loud than the open A? On my side, they're both, I mean, they're yellow, but they're not redlining. So I don't know why it would be. I'm sorry if it's like blown up your speakers or if it's uncomfortable. I mean, hopefully I'm not too loud. Well, I'm normally too talkative, but I don't know about loud. Sorry about that. Was it louder after the switch of the wireless? Like maybe the one I'm using is more powerful than these? I don't know. I'm just a guy who pretends to be a YouTube person. Well, I guess technically I am a YouTube person. I'm on YouTube right now. Sounds great. I appreciate that. It is a song I've played a lot, so there is that. The next time I do one of these, unless someone has more in there, this is, let's see, what's it? How's that going to be read? Matilda Habardo? Welcome. I don't think I've seen your name here before, so welcome. Sounds good. Sounds great. I appreciate. Again, I've played it a lot, so if I haven't gotten decent at it by now, there's a problem. I think the next time I don't think I've done Toto's Africa as one of these. I did do one released where it didn't distort on my iPhone, sounded even. Cool, no distortion. Welcome back, Pastor Groove. And then Zubriki. Zubriki? Zubriki? something. Hello from Brazil. Hello. I wish I spoke Portuguese so I could say hello to you in Portuguese, but I don't. And even if I did, that'd probably be about all I would know. But I'm happy to see someone more than just in my neck of the woods is here, so welcome. The plan would be, unless someone throws something in the chat, to do something different. I think the next one I'm going to do is Toto's Africa. I say the next one just because I don't have the music out. Sound quality is nice. Well, thank you. I don't know when it comes. Let me see. I have, oh, okay, running that over there. Go away. Not you. You don't go away. You stay there. Telling my computer to stop doing stuff. Talking about the sound quality, I actually have a video set to come out. Just show me my channel. Stop it. Stop. Okay. Videos. 4 days ago, 2 weeks ago. Yeah, I want to see all my videos. Not just the ones that are out, silly. Oldest? No, that's way too much. Go away. Don't look at the oldest ones. Well, that's weird. It isn't showing me my videos that are uploaded that haven't come out yet. There is a video. I don't recall. Oh, I do have the date saved in my notes, though. Just a moment. I want to tell you a thing. Oh, this Wednesday. Cool, that. So for saying the sound quality is nice, Matilda, that actually will be covered on Wednesday, the 14th, 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. I actually have a video. I had been asked what I had done to change. Someone saw the lav mic that I use. So the 14th will actually have my full recording setup. If the audio you're talking about is my voice audio, that's simply this little Ceremonic lav set. Let's see. My favorite bass line is Swimming in Your Ocean by the Crash Test Dummies. Well, that is something going to get added to the list, because who knows if I might know that. I don't know. I don't know that I know that. I might have heard it before. Said Swimming in Your Ocean, Crash Test. I've been called a dummy before, so I might be able to handle that one. So I'll look up that one, see about it. I also have to see if I've done one about Toto's Africa, because it's a really easy song as long as you get the pattern down. So it's another one. It's one of the few songs I know how to play the whole thing. Unfortunately, I won't be able to do it all on the screen, but there is a trick I can think I might be able to do to make it work. So we will see. If anyone has any other things they would like to see, I would be happy. I can try. Ooh, I can't do that. I can't pull up. Can I? Maybe. I'll do that another time. But happy to see an installment to be added. Other ones that are on there are Money by Pink Floyd. I don't know about that. That's one of them funky math ones. It's like a 5/4 or something. I mean, again, I don't count it, so it wouldn't make a difference, but it's weird. Sledgehammer. Do want to hear that. Someone said the other day, oh, I never remember the name of the band. It was Sandstorm by like Doomstring or something like that, which would be a fun one, I think. I actually looked it up earlier, because it's really like, it's obviously the bass line is different than the part that everybody knows, because it's not a song that people typically think of. Let's see, it's played on the E string. Unfortunately, I can't share it with all you guys, because that would be, it's beyond my technical skill. But let's see here. It's played on the E. Yeah, that's just all the same note over and over. Where's the... There we go. No, that goes to tens. I don't know, something like that. Nope, that was 9, so it's supposed to be a 10. Something like that. Those are all on the E string 7, then jumping over to the A string 7, and then 10 on the E string. So 7, 7, 7, 7. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then jump over. Back to the E string down to the 10th. Back up to the 7. Something like that. Anyway, there you go. There's a song. Can't see what's up there, but oh, don't do that. Don't do that. Looks like this. Sure, that's legible. Let's go back to this. Here. Nope, not that. Picture. Be gone. Remove. There we go. Looks like this. Ow. Hope none of y'all heard that. That's all the 7 part. Scroll up. There we go. That's what it looks like. Why did it scroll again? Stop it. Am I shaking it? I don't know. Anyway, there you go. 7s, and then 12, which is just a 7, a string up. And you got those 10s. So feasibly, you could also do the 7s over to the next 7 on the A string. Slide up 2, then go back to the original. I don't know. You can do that if you want. Okay, thank you. You're welcome. If anybody else has something they would like to request, I can try looking up. Swimming in Your Ocean right now. Doubt I can do it that fast because I don't think I know that song. Swimming in your ocean. It's there. Unfortunately, I don't see. Doesn't have bass. It does have bass. So where is this bass solo? Bridge, chorus, outro, fade out. Yeah, unfortunately, Matilda, I'm gonna have to look up this song and listen to it to find out where exactly this bass solo is. And then let's see. So the next Sunday is the last day before I fly out. Vinny, probably Vinny, 54 5 4 3 2 1. Yo, hello, hi. So next Sunday I should still have a BASSics. It will be, I fly out Monday. Sunday? I think NAMM is Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, or Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Anyway, I leave the day before NAMM so I can get to the bass house. We can hang out there, maybe go get the tickets, like our passes a day early. So I believe I'm here Sunday. I should have a BASSics next week. I'm going to try to get other folks who are going, namely Chris and Leah, Low End Lobster, to see if I can get them in next week. If not, I don't know what the lesson will be. It might be this song, might be the Swimming in Your Ocean, just because someone asked for it, and that was it was fun to do today's. So if we don't have anything anyone else wants to see, I can give you I can't give you a rundown. I can give a rundown on Toto's Africa without the stuff, but I think I have an easy way to make it work on the music stuff, because it follows a simple that sounded loud. It follows a simple pattern of so it's that same bum ba bum bum ba bum bum ba bum bum ba bum bum ba bum. So it's that same pattern of picking. So I think I can just string something together to just have which notes you're playing that pattern, rather than having to show the whole pattern. And then I might be able to basically get all of it to fit where it'll show up on the screen without being too tiny and not having to like scroll through it. I feel like I've already done one on Africa though, but hey, maybe I'm better now and it'll be a better lesson. Or maybe I'm worse than I was and it'll be a worse lesson, but it'll be new to some people. Some people haven't watched all the videos. I know I haven't watched all my videos. I record them, and then if I have to put in like edits, or if I have to put in like effects, I do that. And then outside of that, I don't watch them. I don't watch my whole. That's why there are a lot of mess ups in my videos. I basically do one take, add in what effects I want, and then I'm done. I like the Dream Theater bass. Dream Theater. Oh, I think he plays a bongo, right? I think his is a six string. That's about 7 strings too many for me. Let's see. I think so. Dream Theater bass. Images. Yes. John Myung. Yeah, plays a 6-string bongo. Yeah, I like 5s. I like 5s because at church sometimes have to hit like an E flat, and rather than having to go all the way up to, the D string to hit that, sometimes it's nice just to be able to stay in that like G, A on the E string range. And then there's my wife saying, I love Dream Theater. She also likes this bass because it's purple. So I play it next week at church because it's going to be a good time. But yeah, no, I like the bongo. This one has been modified. You can see this tiny little dot right there above my finger that's lighter. It's a passive switch. I had a tech install. Weird thing is, and they're going to fix it, but right now, when it's in passive, it is the most simple bass in the world because nothing else works. The volume knob doesn't work. I don't even think the blend works. I think when you put it in passive, everything is max. Both pickups, full volume, that's it. I contemplate having them fix it because it's real easy to just flip a switch and then go, there we go. Now it's on. The other option has options. The passive does not. But yeah, no. I've watched a couple things with Dream Theater, and no. Don't ask for a Dream Theater song. I can tell you that. Well, I said that about Tool too. I haven't gotten better at that. This is my show, so I can show off a little bit. But I think I've gotten better though. See, awful. I do like 46 and 2, and it's not as hard. I think I did it on those too. I think both of those, because I used, if you want to go back, I think it's, I don't know what the name of the video is. On one of the basics, I did a lesson using Schism because it has a lot of hammer-ons and pull-offs. Sounds so much better whenever it's going through like a GK sound. I don't know if this will work, but we can sure give it a try. My amp should be, I think that's audible. Helps if you, okay, hello. There we go. Okay, somehow lost my microphone. Hopefully you guys can hear this. If not, well, it's 100% my fault. My amp's set up with a modeler of the RB800 or something like that. So hopefully this can be heard, and hopefully it sounds like a GK because it's supposed to. I don't know if you could hear any of that because I'm not 100% sure how this thing deals with background audio. It has its own noise suppression, so it's supposed to kick out like any surrounding noise. They're supposed to be good for like interviews and loud places. I'm working on trying to find a way to get my amp to run into the Focusrite, and I think I have an idea, but I do want to hardwire it. So I'm contemplating, do I just move it where I can plug it in and leave it, or do I need to like run a whole bunch of cabling? But y'all, I'm pretty sure don't care about that. So yeah, there we go. Playing a Dingwall D-Rock, playing some, let's see, I don't know if y'all can hear it, but we can try it with what it would sound like with a GK system, if that can be heard by you guys. Otherwise, just you heard it as a direct straight into the interface earlier. Use a SM57. So I could definitely use a microphone to mic it up, but what I have is a Positive Grid Spark 2, and it actually has its own line out system. So I should be able to take the line out directly into the interface so that I don't have any coloration from the microphone. I would absolutely love, like, current dream piece of gear is I would love to get an anagram. That way my speaker would only need to be used for when I'm playing out loud, but I would like to be able to manipulate and color the sound slightly, and by that I mean like this is what it would sound like on a tone hammer, this is what it would sound like on a GK, that kind of thing. And the anagram actually itself can be hooked straight in using USB-C and used as an audio interface. So I've heard of a few people who don't even use like a Focusrite or anything. They have their dark glass anagram. It goes straight to their computer, whatever that would be. In my case, it's the iPad. And then they hook their microphone directly into the effect loop. The only thing is there's some slight gain that might have to be done to it, but I mean, that's all built into the anagram, and then you'd be able to have everything. I will not spend $1,000 on an anagram. I'm not a gigging person that needs to go out and have all those effects. I'm looking for it here. Hence why I'm going to try to hook up my Spark 2, because it's a modeler and I can still do those changes and save the presets that I find work. And I think it has 8 bass amps built in. I did that a few weeks ago. But yeah, which Focusrite? I cheaped out and wish I hadn't. I have just the Solo. I have the Focusrite Scarlett Solo. I think it's the 4th, whatever the newest, 4th generation, I think. So it has the single 1/4 inch on the front and the single XLR on the back. I wish I had gotten, I think it's the 2i2 or the 2i4 or whatever. I wish I had 2 XLRs and 2 1/4 inch. That way I could run an XLR directly in through the back and then still have the front for whether I want to hook up another mic or something like that. But it doesn't matter. What I have is more than enough. The mic, the little lavalier mics that I use actually go in through the XLR now, so that I can just use my standard wireless transmitters or a cable into the front. So we'll see how that goes. But oh, nice, good idea. I have the 18i20. I always thought that the numbers were like input versus out. Like, I thought the Solo was the Solo because it has 1 1/4 inch and 1 XLR, and I thought, I'm probably wrong. My understanding was that the 2i2 had 2 of each. So I must be wrong, because I'm guessing your Focusrite doesn't have 18 of one input and 20 of another. If it does, holy crap, what are you plugging in? Because that is a monster if it has 38 inputs. It's probably not that. It's probably like 4 and 4, and I just don't understand. And that's probably correct. But yeah, I like the Solo. It's fine. I actually have some double-sided adhesive and stuck it to my desk. That way it wouldn't like roll off or slide and make any weird noises. It's been good. I like it. I hear that some people complain about them, saying they have like coloration to their sound. But meh. I have the Solo. I run the mic in the XLR and the 1/4 inch line out from my HX Stomp into it. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking to do with the Scarlett, with the Focusrite to, or from, I guess, the Spark. Run a 1/4 inch from the, because it has dual channel, it has a stereo output. So I could either get a stereo to single, like a Y cable, and do it that way. However, that means every time I would go to use the amp, I would have to either plug or unplug the cables so that it wasn't just muted at the speaker. So that now there's a knob on the top, of course, a master volume knob. So that might be the thing. Just run the cable. I just need to decide if I want to put the speaker directly behind this screen, the iPad, where it's right next to the Scarlett, or if I just want to run a cable back behind everything, which 6 of one and half a dozen of another, it won't make that big of a difference. So I am going to hopefully not blow anybody's ears when I unplug that. Unplug that, turn off the amp. Just get to stare at my back, you're welcome. Put up the ding wall. I do really like this. My brother-in-law is the one who convinced me I needed to get a lavalier mic, and I 100% agree, because it's great. I don't have to stare directly at a microphone. I don't have to get like super close to it so that it can hear me, and then if I get away from the screen, I'm quiet. Y'all hear me wherever I walk, so it's pretty handy. Again, next week, I'll see about either, if I get the time this week to try learning that song by Crash Test Dummies, then I'll do that. And that might be the lesson next week. Unless anybody who is going to NAMM is able/willing to jump on with me on here just to discuss kind of more of the NAMM plans as they get made. Oh, don't do that. Close that out. Let's see. Studio organizing is a never-ending project. That's very true, especially when you get a lot of stuff in a studio. I recently got, like I said, on Wednesday the video will come out, but my wonderful wife recently let me get a MacBook Air so that it actually runs in sidecar with the iPad, so I can use the iPad to do the stream, since the Focusrite's hooked up straight to it and it takes that input and everything works great. I can do the camera, audio, everything's on the same device and synced, so I don't have to go getting an external camera. I have thought about that, but so everything can run here. I can still see it. I have touch interface as needed, but then it shares the same keyboard, mouse, and connection, so that when I've done the videos more recently of like the right after Christmas one that I did where we looked at deals that came after Christmas, I can use the same cursor, just goes from one screen to the other. I can do the screen share, which the iPad can't do. So it makes things a lot easier there. I have yet to try to render a video using the MacBook. It should be more powerful than the iPad, even though they have the same processor. They're both an M4, but the MacBook has 16 gigs of unified memory, whereas I believe the iPad has only 6 or 8. But so far, I've had no problem rendering videos on the iPad. I think the worst one was the one that's like an hour long of all of the building of a custom base, either that or the 2024 wrap-up video that I recorded, like an hour long, but I don't think I had to do many edits to it, so there wasn't a lot to render. But yeah, that is what I had planned for today. Haven't seen any new things pop in the chat for a couple minutes, so unless something pops in the next couple, we will call that a wrap. I have to charge this wireless system, which is lying to me, because when I turn it on, that is the receiver, and it is telling me, I think you might be able to see it. Well, it just, see, it's blinking. It says it's looking for a friend. So if I turn the other one on, maybe they'll both talk. That's it. Okay, now it's not lying. Okay, it's showing 1 bar. Earlier, I guess maybe it's just because it was far away, it looked like it was showing 4. I thought it was fully charged. Maybe it's my fault. That is my wife poking at me. So that, I love my Focusrite for drums. I have no idea about drums. I didn't know they could do that. I don't. Maybe that's why you have so many inputs for all of the drum stuff. That makes sense. She would what? If you mic up each thing, you've got like a crash, got a hi-hat, a couple of toms, a snare, a kick, cowbell, xylophone, thing that sounds like people clapping. So you got like 8 things right there. But my wife was tapping at me, so that probably means I'm supposed to go do something that I didn't do that I was supposed to have already done. So, as always, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching. I hope you have a day as awesome as you are.